Are you wanting to get started on YouTube and you need a microphone? I'll tell you, it's a very important thing as far as I'm concerned to have decent audio. If you're going to stream, if you're going to record stuff, I'm recording this in OBS and I'm using my neat worker bee. Today we're going to take a look at an entry point that I think will suit most people. It's a Tonor TD510. So I'm going to open this thing up. I got an overhead camera set up on my PC, recording this on my Mac. And let's see what's in this box. We'll take our first look together. I'll try not to make too much noise. Got a quick setup and or owner's manual. Shows you how to get it hooked up to a recording device. Here's the microphone. Oh, that's beefy. Well, it has a mute button, plus and minus. Looks like, oh, you got an LED here. I haven't looked at the instructions yet, okay? You got a LED here for the monitoring and an LED for the mic. So this appears that it will turn up or down the microphone or the monitoring. Got a headphone jack, USB-C. Thank you. Everybody needs to go to USB-C, and I think we all know the reason why. That is so beefy. All right. We have an XLR male to female. I already had grabbed one. Apparently I didn't need mine. We'll use this one since it came with it. And I'm assuming this is USB-A to C. And that would be a correct assumption. So I'm going to get all this stuff set up. I've got, this actually is a Tonor boom arm. I'll show you, throw on a little overlay. It's got a really nice bass on it. Arm, it did not come with this mic. It came with that mic up there. But, it's hard to do this backwards over your head. Anyway, it came with that mic. But I'm going to use it for this one today. So let me get this set up. And I think I'll set it up on USB first. We'll be right back. I was getting ready to set this up and I found something interesting. This doesn't need a mic adapter. The mic adapter is built in, so you've got threads for your 5/8, and that looks like a 3/8 down in the base of there. So the adapter is built into this. Okay, we got her hooked up in USB mode. Got the headphones plugged into the back. It is latency free. That is a good thing. There's no echo to it. That some of them, what they have monitoring built in, then there's this little tiny, microsecond delay, but it's just enough to annoy you. This does not have any delay at all. So latency free monitoring, and that's a good thing. Let's see. This should be the mute button. So it was, and I got a up and down here, and let's see where we are. Okay, that should be taking it down, and we'll come back up, and I'm hearing some clicks in the headset. Of course, you're not going to really be changing that while you're talking. You get everything set up, so that shouldn't be an issue. The mute button, let's see if I heard it click with that. I did. I heard it click with that. I don't see a dedicated button. Okay, hang on a second here. Okay, you long press the mute button to get over to the headset settings. Let me try turning the headset down. That is not changing the volume on the headset. Although the volume for me on this headset doesn't need to be changed. And the blue LED's back over here. And then that is changing the audio output. This is what it sounds like if you're 2 or 3 inches from the microphone, and that's about 6 inches from the microphone. I could turn the gain up in OBS. I don't know where that's set. It's just wherever it started off. There is a slider. The slider's all the way up, but there are settings in OBS to turn that up further. But, most people, this is a decent distance for the microphone. Let's see what happens if you get right up on the microphone. And my voice doesn't do well if I don't talk with a little bit of force on it, so it tends to crack just a little bit, probably from all the years I've had to yell inside an 18-wheeler. Let me hook this up. I've got a Motu M2 for the XLR, so let's see what it does on the Motu M2. Okay, none of these controls work in XLR mode. None of the buttons are lit up. None of the buttons do anything in XLR mode, but they don't need to because we're doing it through the interface. All right, this is what the Motu M2 pretty much maxed out, and I've got the gain on here turned down some because of the settings I had on my other microphone. The other microphone's a condenser mic. This one is a dynamic mic. But this is what it sounds like. See what it sounds like when you get right up on the microphone. So this is inch and a half-ish from the microphone. And I've got my monitor plugged into the Motu M2. I think this sounds pretty good. Of course, I'm listening through the electronics on the Motu and not through the electronics in here. You know what? Let me plug the USB back in. Let me see if I can run the USB while this is connected. Be right back. If I plug the USB cable in and have this connected, apparently you can use both of them at the same time, because now I'm not recording with both of them. I'll show you the difference. This is okay. This is dynamic mode on the Motu M2. I'm mute. Okay, and now I'm back on the recording through the USB. So they're both connected to the computer at the same time. I don't think the levels are exactly the same on this. I'm going to go back to the Motu. All right, that's back on the Motu M2. With the USB, these do function, kind of. They change what I hear in the headset, but they, like, for example, if I hit the mute button, I see that the meter is still bopping up and down. So mute does not work in XLR mode. These, I can change these, but they serve no purpose. So if you're going to use this in XLR mode, none of these buttons do anything, but you can do everything you need to do through your whatever your interface is. All right, I'm back on the Motu M2 in dynamic mode, and if this is the look and this is the sound that you're going for, you can get it pretty economically. Of course, keeping in mind, you can use it in USB mode until you can step up and get the XLR interface, XLR to USB. The Motu M2 is a good one. I like it. I've got several others. I think this is a decent look if you're trying to get your streaming setup going, or you want to maybe do something in OBS, do some kind of talking head video for YouTube. I think this is a decent entry point. Price on this is pretty decent. I'll put a link to this microphone in the description. Don't know if they sell this with the arm or not. They might. I can't remember. I already had the arm, so I didn't need it. From what I'm hearing in the headphones through the Motu M2, I haven't played this back yet, but it sounds pretty decent as far as I can tell. Let you be the judge and find a couple of other reviews on this with different voices than mine. You know, it's hard if you're a female and you're listening to a bunch of guys talking on a microphone to get an idea what it's going to sound like for you. So if you're a female, or if you have a higher or lower voice, go find somebody else in another review, see what you think about that. Hey, it's my bad, but I forgot to do some off-axis testing on this, and I've already got it broke down and had it packed back up and everything, but I'll show you this real quick. This is what it sounds like off the side to kind of get an idea of the rejection. Of course, it's looking at the wall. That's off the other side, and that's looking more across an open room. And then this is off the back of the microphone. Get it up here where there's nothing to bounce back off of, and then that's back around to the front of the microphone. So that's the off-axis rejection on this thing. Sorry about that. Hey, if anybody's got any comments or questions, drop them in the comments. I'm not getting my notifications right now for some reason. I'm having to dig back through videos to try to find those, but I'll get to them eventually. If anybody's still here, I appreciate it. I'm going to throw a couple of other videos up over here. I'll catch you in one of those, or I'll catch you down the road.